You're such an asshole.
Continuing on with Asshole Consulting outdoors. Because it's warm. Is it warm where you guys are? Over in the, what is it, north of the Mason-Dixon line? Where'd my damn cursor go? There we go. You gonna help us?
Yeah.
Alright, now be very quiet. This is Asshole Consulting. This is guy talk. We don't want no female advice. You get you get your pantyhose or your brasiers or whatever. You just sit there and drink your coffee. All right?
Tea, but
or tea, whatever.
Tea with some.
What are you doing out of the kitchen? What are you doing out of the kitchen?
at least I'm barefoot.
At least you're barefoot, but you're not pregnant. 1 out of 3 is not good.
Failing.
All right. Be quiet. I'm about to display wisdom. Please keep me anonymous. Hey, asshole, I'm approaching the end of my senior year and have no idea what I'm going to start in life. I want to be an astronaut. I know the chances are slim to none or less. Regardless, please help me figure out where I should start. To make things more crazy, I also want to be a special operator. Regardless of what you may think, I have the potential. Recently, I took an IQ test through my school. By request, I got a shocking score of 174, whereas before I took it on Queendom, it was 87. All right, you are not being consistent. That is, you're either a super freak genius or you are pushing retarded. So I would go have it professionally administered. I'd have that be the tiebreaker. But they did a study. Queendom and some other IQ tests were actually statistically significant, and another one was just a scam. But try your best. Focus. God Almighty, has it happened? I am wondering. You took an IQ test through the school, and now that the schools are all touchy-feely leftist bullshit, I'm wondering if they just didn't lie to make you kids feel better, to make you think that you were really that smart and you tried better. Because a 174 IQ is, you're a nuclear physicist. You could become an astronaut. I'll admit that the first time I didn't put in my full effort. Well, there's your answer. Okay, my grades were terrible up until this year where I started giving at least half-ass effort. Was at a 2.8, now a 3.0. That is not going to be astronaut material. We are not going to put $1 billion worth of machinery under your hands to fly off into into the space unless you happen to be a minority. Then we'll just give you the fucking money all around. Oh, you got to get this person with this color skin and that kind of thing. I'll get up there and yay. Anyway, you got to get your grades way up, and they better start counting in college like 4.0s. But it didn't really matter in the end because I got into 2 schools, both with good engineering programs. Good. I'm ready to put forth the effort in college, but I fear that dumber than fuck kids will drag me down again and kill my motivation. Dude, if you're going to let other people drag you down and kill your motivation, I got news for you. People are so stupid out there in the real world, you will be dragged down to kill yourself. Alright? You cannot let the normies and conformies and the inferiors affect your life, let alone your schooling. Great way to avoid that is just not to go to parties. Take classes online. The liberal arts requirements have nothing to do with your degree, so if you can take them online, you don't have to actually be physically there, listen to some, mouth-drooling professor. And just make sure you don't hang out with leftist snot-nosed, protesting kids. You're there to get a degree, not to sit there and protest and change the world with your incredibly naive 18-year-old brain. So should I risk spending money on my education or should I just join the military? If I go to school, I want to study physics, engineering, or math. I have a very good understanding of physics because I've studied it on my own and have read many of Einstein's essays as well as looked into some college physics free online courses, aced them all. Somehow I've never been good in math classes, though. It's probably your teachers suck. So I should be able to get a 4 in physics. Is that an A? All these new grading things. But I also don't want to study something worthless. Well, if you go into engineering, it won't be worthless. Also, please inform me when special operations could come into play, just so you know. I have read worthless. You mean special forces, I think is what you mean. I've read worthless and the Curse of the High IQ. Alright. You've considered the Air Force, but you only prefer the Army Rangers because I feel it would be more intellectually stimulating with the constant challenge that you can't find anywhere else. Also, it can lead to Green Berets, which involves living and learning about other cultures, which piques my interest. Alright. So here's what would be perfect for you. You would want to look into ROTC, the Reserve Officer Training Corps. Is it reserves? Wait a minute. You're military Reserve Officer Training Corps?
I think so.
It's not why is it reserves?
I don't know. Let me check.
I can look it up right now, but I'm wondering why they call it reserves.
Is it not full time?
You don't go into the reserve. ROTC. Reserve. I wonder if you're in a reserve when you're in college. Thanks, Mr. Military Man. You've helped out a lot. Alright, anyway, ROTC program. You go into the school, take some classes, and basically the military pays for your education, but you owe the military 3 to 4 years, whatever time commitment it is nowadays. That's perfect for you, because then you don't pay for your college, they pay for it. You go into the military anyway. About the only thing I would say is if you really, really, really want to become an astronaut, you probably want, becoming a pilot helps. And therefore, you probably want to look at the Air Force. I know you like the Green Berets, but that's not the skill set, that's not necessarily the channel. Now, I'll provide a link below if I remember, or I'll just email it to you. But NASA has a thing on how to become an astronaut. Alright? That's, you know, if you have a vagina, we'll just shove you in there because we want to look diversity. But if you're a white male and you actually have to work at it, well, then, you know, look at Jimmy Kim, even though he's Asian. That's kind of what you almost have to become. But the Air Force would probably be the route you want to go, but that link will tell you what you should study, where in the military you should go, but being a pilot is going to be a really key and helpful thing. So we got that. Green Berets, yeah, and I know you want to be Special Forces. Air Force got Special Forces? They do? What are they called?
Controllers.
What's that?
Combat controllers.
Combat controllers?
Pararescue.
Air rescue? Okay.
Pararescue.
Pararescue. All right. And so that's basically it. The only thing I'd say before you go down and embark on this, keep in mind there's other requirements aside from majoring in the right thing, high IQ, nerd, STEM, pilot. It's also, you got to be in physical condition. So I would get a physical, which they're going to give you to when you go and talk to a recruiter. Not when you just talk to a recruiter, but when you want to join the military, you're going to have to get a physical. And if you got a heart murmur, your vision's got to be good or at least correctable. Those things can bounce you from not just becoming an astronaut, but becoming a pilot. So before you start investing a lot of time and effort and energy, I mean, it could be other stuff like you got a kidney thing you never knew. You got I don't know, respiratory issues, all that other stuff can get them out of the... I mean, there's a whole list of stuff they could get you. Yeah, there's a list. Make sure you're not on that list. Because if you're on that list, it may destroy your dreams, but at least you know not to expend the effort pursuing a dream that you were never going to succeed at anyway because of some kind of disqualifying medical condition. So that's the first thing I would do, but I'll send you, I didn't want to go over and just read from NASA's website. I'll send you that link. It tells you how, how do you become an astronaut, how you join NASA. But in the meantime, it's still a good plan to join ROTC, have them pay for your degree, major in engineering, and then if you find out you got, I got bad vision, well, then you could join the Green Berets or whatever. Then you can think more Army than you think Air Force. All right, that's it. The old Captain's got answers. If you got money at assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.